Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Rinpoche.
Yeah. Good morning. My voice clear?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay.
you, Rinpoche.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's good. So, voice clear? Voice and the video, everything clear, right?
Rinpoche, I can hear you, but if you can make it bigger, it would be better.
Okay. Yeah. I cannot make it bigger. It's just my voice.
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. So, good morning, everyone. Okay. So, we'll not waste time. So basically, it is this practice is known as the Kusali Tsok offering. Okay, Kusali Tsok offering, and it's part of the accumulation of the merit offering. So it is on its own a standalone practice. It can be practiced by itself. It's a very big, great, extensive practice on its own. But usually, during the mantra practice, this is taken as part of the mandala practice. It's not part of the mandala practice, but it's packed. It's done with the mandala practice. So for that reason, in this particular book, the, the words of my perfect master, which is on the preliminary instructions. So it's packed. It's put right after the mandala offering. So this is an individual practice on its own, but in general, during the mantra practice, we pack this with the mandala practice. So therefore, you can do this on its own, or you can do it right after the mandala. So basically, this is called Kusali Tsok offering. Oh yeah. So in Tibetan, we call it the Kusali Tsok. So just to make it clear, in English, we say Kusali Tsok offering. Actually, when you say Tsok, you don't have to say offering because Tsok means to offer. The root meaning of the word Tsok, you may have heard the word Tsok many times. The Tsok is the Tibetan translation for the Sanskrit word, which is puja or puja. So normally we say puja a lot of time. When we do the prayer, we say puja, puja, puja. So Tsok is the Tibetan translation or equivalent for the Sanskrit word, which is puja. So puja, the root meaning of the word puja means to please, to make happy, please, to delight. So Guru Puja means to make the Guru delightful, to delight the Guru. Kusali Tsok means, Puja means to make the Kusali's delight, etc. like that. Okay? So it's translated as Tsok in Tibetan, and Tsok is a little bit different from the Sanskrit word, even though it's the equivalent for that word. It's a little bit different from the actual Sanskrit word puja, because puja means to delight. Tsok means to accumulate. So it's two different words. Even though literal meaning of the words are different, but we use the word tsok in Tibetan to equate with the Sanskrit word puja. Yeah. Okay. So puja means to delight, to make happy, right? That's the meaning of puja. And so by making the triple gem happy, to delighting the triple gem, by delighting the guru, you accumulate a tremendous amount of merit. So that's why in Tibetan, instead of translating puja as delight, which would in Tibetan would mean, we translate that as tsok, which means to accumulate, to uh, to accumulate. That's the translation. Okay. So kusali is accumulation. Kusali tsok. So the first thing important is to know, now we know what the tsok means, we know what the puja means. So then we have another word, kusali. So what is kusali? Kusali is the Sanskrit word for a beggar. Okay, so in the West, they are known as homeless people, like people who have no money, nothing, right? Just poor, not just poor, but like beggar, right? Who live in the street, no home, no shelter, nothing. So Kusali means a wanderer, a beggar, someone who has no home, no money, no shelter, nothing, can live only day by day like that. So basically, Kusali Tsok or Kusali offering means the offering of the beggar. And what does the beggar have to offer? The beggar has no house, no money, no food, nothing, no car, right? So the only thing that the beggar can offer is his own body. So the Kusali Tsok means to offer one's body. So this Kusali practice is more popularly known for us. So this is the Kusali offering. So by making the offering of the only thing that you have, which is your body, then you delight your guru, you delight your deity, you delight your the triple gem, etc. Because basically, at the end of the day, it's not about what you are offering. It's not like the Buddha wants to have your body. It's not like your body is so nice that the Buddha wants to have it. It's not like your guru wants to have your body. It is, you are starting. In one way, you can say Kusali offering is the simplest offering, because Kusali means beggar, and beggar has nothing else but their body. So offering the body is the simplest offering. But in another way, if you look at us, we can give away our whole house, we can give away money all the time. We can give away maybe our house, maybe our position, maybe our property, this and that. But if I have to give my body, my hand, my heart, part of my body to someone, my eyes to someone, this is the most difficult practice. So at the end of the day, it's not about the physical offering that you are making. It's all about a detachment that you are practicing when you are engaging in the Tsok offering. So by offering your body, you are actually letting go of your attachment to the body. Oh yeah. So in one way, it looks like the simplest offering, but then if you think it's the simplest offering, it's actually the most difficult offering as well. To give away anything is difficult, but to give away one's body is the most difficult for all of us, for people like us. So therefore, when we are giving away something that is the most cherished one, most dearest, endearing one for us, which is our body, then we practice in the highest form of generosity, or also we are practicing detachment, non-attachment. And by this practice of non-attachment and by this practice of generosity, your guru is delighted. It's not because your body is so nice and beautiful that the guru is delighted. It's because of you are able to engage in the non-attachment practice, the generosity practice of giving away the most endearing thing that you own, which is your own body. That's why the guru is delighted. That's why it's called Tsok or puja, because the puja means please, to delight. So because of that, this becomes a true offering, true Tsok, true puja, like that. Okay. So now, if you have the book in English, it's page number 298. 298. Okay. I don't know the Vietnamese number. So please refer to the page there. So I will continue. So here, there's a saying. Okay, there's a saying. There's a citation, which is that. So it's page number 298. The second paragraph. Offering elephants and horses. So this is the ancient time. So it's like elephant and horses are like the Ferraris and Maseratis. Okay, so you are offering the elephants and you are offering the horses. That is like offering hundreds. When you offer your wife and your children, or your partner and your children, that is like offering thousands. But when you offer your own body, then that is the offering of 100,000, like that. So so the merit is that much more. Because elephant and horses, these are your properties, right? Your property. Your money is your property. Your bank account is your property. So it's difficult to give away, but it's a property. It's an object. Then your wife, your husband, your family member, these are not your property. These are your beloved. You share love with them. These are harder to give than your money and property. So when you give that, this is like 1,004. Then to give away, if you have to give away your money for your family, you can give that. You give them away. If you have to give your family for your own life, for your own safety, survival, you can do that. A lot of people can do that. But if you have to give up your own life, that is the most difficult thing for all of us. So for that reason, giving away your own body. So when you pass away with your body, basically you die. So no one is ready to die. No one is ready to give their life away. So for that reason, when you give away your body, basically when you do that, then that is the offering of 100,000 folks. Okay, that's it. Then again, then there's another quotation from Majik Labdun. So Majik Labdun is this practice of Kusali's offering. Most people haven't heard of this practice. But there's another name for this practice, which is very popular. It's called Chod. So basically, Kusali's offering is Chod practice. Chod. So therefore, the Chod system or the Chod tradition came to Tibet, became widespread in Tibet through one yogini, female practitioner by the name of Majik Labdun. Okay? So she said, this is what she said. Majik Labdun is the consort of Patamba Sangye. So Patamba Sangye, we have heard of him many times. He's a yogi from India. So Majik Labdun, she said, to give one's body away with no attachment. I didn't know that this is the most effective way to accumulate great merit. And because of that, I have had grasping, I've had attachment to this body. So by not knowing that giving away this body is the most effective way to accumulate merit, on the contrary, I have generated attachment to this body. And for that, I confessed my mistake. Not to be, yeah, I confessed my mistake. So that's what she said. Not Padmasambhava, Ha Ambasangye. Yeah, that's a concept of Ha Ambasangye. Yeah. Okay. Okay, now, okay, I sent, please check your message inbox. There's a picture of, there's a picture of one fiery goddess, okay? One wrathful looking female deity. So I sent two pictures because, basically this is Troma Nagmo, okay? Troma Nagmo. And for this particular practice, the Troma Nagmo that we have to visualize is the one that I sent. If you can check your messages, there's one deity. Actually, there's one letter written on it, so I cannot find a good image except for this one. So this one is the Troma Nagmo deity, okay? So you have to visualize the Troma Nagmo. So, so please take a good look at the last picture that I sent. It's on the group. So there are two pictures. So they are both Troma Nagmo, but for this particular practice, we need to focus on the Troma Nagmo with the black background, the dark background, not the colorful one. The colorful one is also Troma Nagmo, but for this particular practice, we need to focus on the one with the dark background. I will tell you the reason. Okay, so if you have that picture, please, I mean, it's already in the box, so you can download that picture and save it in your phone, and then maybe you can zoom it when I give you the instruction. Okay? Oh, yeah. So according to this practice, it says if you're already familiar in the Troma practice, then you just visualize yourself as a Troma. It's as simple as that. Otherwise, so follow the instructions. Yeah. So imagine in your heart. Heart means by the chest. Imagine by your heart, there is the essence of your consciousness, your spirit, right? Your mind, your soul, or your spirit, whatever you may call it. So in the Dharma, we usually call it the consciousness. So the essence of your mental consciousness is there in the form of, in the appearance of Troma Nagmo. So you can see in the picture that her right hand is extended, left hand is crooked, holding the katamka and the other objects, and the right leg is bent. So basically, this is not the position that she's staying stationary. It's actually dynamic. So she's actually dancing. She's moving. It's supposed to look like she's dancing. So don't visualize her as something stationary, not moving like still, but moving and dancing. So think of this as a dancing step. It's a wrathful dance. Okay? You have seen some of the tribes in Africa or like in New Zealand. So when they have this tribal dance, it's very wrathful, very strong, very powerful. So it's something like that. So the Troma Nagmo is doing the wrathful dance. Then she's dancing, and the object that she's carrying while she's dancing on her right hand is what we call a curved knife.
Yeah.
On a left hand is a skull cup with blood. Okay, so now this is very important. I mean, this is the difference between the other Troma Nagmo and this Troma Nagmo. So here, if you look at this particular picture that I sent, the last picture I sent, on top of the right ear of Troma Nagmo, you will see this one white skull. On top of that white skull, you will actually see a small animal, look like a mouse. That's actually a soul, a pig, the wild pig, the wild boar. So this is significant to the Troma Nagmo practice we are doing here. In the other Troma Nagmo picture, you don't see the wild boar, the wild pig. So this is the wild pig there, and the pig is squealing, screaming, like, in crying and suffering like that. The other picture that I sent, most of the picture, they try to make it look nice. They try to make it look symmetrical. They put the pig on the top of the head. That is wrong. Actually, the peak should be on the right ear. So this picture, actually, the peak is on the right ear. And in the other picture, they try to make it look nice. They try to, like, fix things. They try to fix things that should not be fixed. And they put the peak on, actually, on the other picture, the peak is on the top of the Troma Nagmo. So most of the picture has the top peak on the head. The peak actually should be on the right side. Okay, now this Troma Nagmo, as I said earlier, you visualize your central mind, or your consciousness at the heart, right? So your consciousness has taken the form of Troma Nagmo, dancing, scary, ferocious looking, all that. So that Troma Nagmo, maybe you can take a good look at the picture once again, and that Troma Nagmo is none other than your mind, your consciousness. Okay,
Yeah.
thing like that. Yeah. So now, last time, a couple of weeks ago, we talked about the 3 channels in our body: the central channel, channel, and then the 2 channels. So basically, in our body, there is that channel. There is a channel which is like a pipe. Okay. So the channel runs from our what do you call that? Genitalia, our private parts, all the way to the crown. Okay. So that channel is running there. So what happens is, now you say the word pet, like PET, pet. Okay. So when you scream the word pet, the Troma Nagmo, which is the form, which is none other than, which is emanation of your mind, your consciousness, springs out from your heart. So Troma Nagmo is your consciousness. Okay, Troma Nagmo is your consciousness here. So when you say pet, the Troma Nagmo jumps out, like springs out through the heart, from the heart, through the central channel, and out of your head, out of your crown. And she springs out of you. So when she springs out of you, because she is your consciousness, she is your mind is spring out of yourself. So when your mind is outside of you, when your mind, your consciousness, and you are separated, your body is not a body anymore. It's a corpse. You are dead. We always associate ourselves with our body. So when we say Tonkhor Rinpoche, I say Tonkhor Rinpoche, I always think of my body. So if my body is appearing in front of you, you will say, oh, Tonkhor Rinpoche is here. If my body is not there, then you say Tonkhor Rinpoche is not there, right? So we identify the person with the person's body all the time. Everybody else do it, and I myself do it. They do it to me, and I do it to myself as well. But here, the important thing is, actually your body is not you. If that is the case, then even after you're dead, you cannot burn the body, because if you burn the body, you are burning the body, or if you're burning the body, you are burning the person. But when someone dies, when the consciousness is gone, we have no issue to burn or cut or bury the body, because the body is not the person, that's why. But when we are alive, we don't recognize that. Only when people die, when the mind and the body are separated, only then we realize, oh, the body is not the person. But when it's alive, we don't recognize that. Right? So here, what we do is, even when we are alive, we try to come into recognition. We train ourselves to see that our body and us, Tonkhor Rinpoche and Tonkhor Rinpoche's body, are not the same. So how we do that? We actually take out Tonkhor Rinpoche's consciousness, my consciousness, in the form of Troma Nagmo, and bring it out. Then the Troma Nagmo, which is Tonkhor Rinpoche, has come out of Tonkhor Rinpoche's body. That means Tonkhor Rinpoche's body is not a body anymore. It's a corpse. Tonkhor Rinpoche is dead. Like that. So I'm saying Tonkhor Rinpoche to myself. So you have to say that with your own name. then it becomes more realistic. If you use my name, it's not realistic for you because you are not me. So I say Tongkhor Rinpoche, you say your own name, and then it will become more realistic for you. So when you say the word the Tongkhor Rinpoche's consciousness in the form of Troma Nagmo springs out of my crown, and that moment my consciousness is separated from me. My mind is separated from my body, and then my body becomes a corpse, and my body collapses, like fall down because it's dead, right? So it falls down out there. And at that moment, visualize your body not like an ordinary body, but huge, huge. You know, last week we talked about the 3 types of world. The world that is as 10,000 times, 1 million times, and 1 billion times, like the world. We talked about 3 types of worlds, remember? So your body is the size of 1 billion universe. Okay? Imagine like that. And it's big, it's fat, lot of fatty fat, grease, oily, like that. So that body falls down, and then your consciousness or you can see your body falling down there. Okay, then you, which is Troma Nagmo is you are Troma Nagmo, because Troma Nagmo now sees the body which has collapsed on there, and now Troma Nagmo uses the Troma Nagmo means you, okay? When I say you think of Troma Nagmo. You may say Troma Nagmo, think of you. So Troma Nagmo or you, whichever is the same thing, takes the curved knife, the dagger, and touches on your old body or your corpse. Now you're already dead. So your body, your corpse, which is lying down there, she touched on the forehead with the knife. On the first touch, your body, your lower body, and your head are severed. Your head is severed, cut off from your body, like that. So then, okay. So Troma Nagmo. So when Troma Nagmo cuts your old body or your corpse down there, so she just touches with the curved knife. She touched on the forehead, and then the head and the body are severed. And then she uses, or you use, because you are Troma Nagmo, so you use the corpse, the skull cup of your old body. Basically, you're already dead, and you're already dead from the previous life. So your body, which is lying there, or your corpse, the head of the corpse, which is lying there. So the head of the corpse lying there is cut, sliced, and then that skull is used as a skull cup. Remember, Troma Nagmo is holding a skull cup in her left hand, right? So the skull cup is your own skull, or your old body's skull. And because your body is the size of 1 billion universe, similarly, the size of the skull cup is also the size of 1 billion universe, okay? So huge, huge, huge skull cup. So Troma Nagmo now cuts your head and slices the skull and makes a skull cup out of your old body's skull, or your corpse's skull, into a skull cup. That. Now visualize that the left hand is hands the Troma Nagmo's left hand. Troma Nagmo's left hand, where she holds the skull. Now she uses your old skull as her skull cup, right? And then
Yeah.
So she used that as a skull cup. Then she puts the skull cup on a 3-pronged human head. You know, like when we cook food in the camping, we put some stones. Then on the stone, under the stone we put the firewood, and then we burn. We cook the pot, right? So something like that. That 3 heads, 3 dry human head, were used as the stone to put the what do you call that thing? The skull cup. Okay, and then the skull cup, and the skull cup is put on that stone. It's not a stone; it's actually human head. But like the stone we use to cook food when we are camping, the 3 human heads were used there.
Yeah.
I just shared a picture online on the group. So there's a skull cup. There are actually 3 skull cup. That's not important. So the 3 skull cup. So each of those skull cup are standing on the 3 human head, right? So that's what it means. Yeah. So like that human head should be the size of like Mount Everest or bigger, like huge, because the skull is already very big. So the fireplace also should be huge. So now, the skull cup is placed on the tripod of human head, and on top of the skull cup. Okay, now visualize, imagine on the top of the skull cup, on the space above the skull cup, visualize the letter hung. So I've sent a picture in the group. So there's it's written hung. Letter hung is there. So that letter hung. Visualize the letter hung. So the hung, it represents nectar, pure nectar. Yeah. And then on the top of the skull cup is the letter hung, which represents the nectar. Basically, the skull cup was always filled with blood or nectar or this or that, right? And then on below the skull cup is the short a, letter a. So one thing important here, I shared this picture. So there's a letter hung and there's the short a, both in the picture. So in the original Tibetan textbook, none of these pictures are shown. So you have to learn from your teacher what these are. Okay? Especially the short a. Short a means it sounds like it's a letter a because I'm saying a, short a. But it's actually not a letter. It's actually just one fine line like an English letter a, I. But it's called the short a. And this is like a what do you call it? It's like a passport, right? You have to learn this from a teacher. You can't just learn this from a book. But in the English version, and I think also in the Vietnamese version everywhere, now they printed out this image already. So you're now like making no need for a teacher. But you are supposed to learn this from a teacher, what a hung looks like, what a short a looks like, all of that. Anyway, this is just a deviation from the main teaching. But in the original Tibetan text, it's not written what the letter hung looks like or what the letter short a. In the English, they say vertical stroke of a. But in the Tibetan, it says short a. Short a is different from the normal a. Short a, even though the name sounds like it's a letter, it's actually not a letter. It's just a straight line. So the letter, the term short a is actually a sort of a cryptic, encrypted, like password, encrypted. So it can be only used. It's used only by the teacher to give to a certain student. So it's not for the general public. But now it's already printed everywhere. So anyway, so that's just a deviation. But the main point here is, yeah, this is what short I is. Short I is just like letter straight line. Oh, yeah. Okay. So you have on the above the skull cup, you have the letter hung, which you can see in the picture because now it's very clear to see. And below, so that hung represents the nectar, the nectar, right? And below the skull cup is the short I. Short I is basically a straight line. So that straight line represents fire. Okay. So the fire burns, and then you keep saying the mantra Om Ah, Om Ah, Om Ah, Om Ah, Om Ah, like that. So when you keep reciting that mantra Om Ah, Om, the fire burns in the from the short A. Short A is the straight line, and so one important I just forgot is that your whole body, the corpse, you put the corpse in the skull cup. Okay, you put the whole body in the skull cup, and then you start burning it with the mantra Om Ah. Basically, you boil your own whole body, your corpse. You boil it You boil it, and if you keep boiling, when you say the letter or when you chant the mantra then it keeps boiling, and then from the letter hum above the skull cup, nectar start to flow down into the skull cup, which is boiling your old body, your corpse. The hung, which is the nectar above, is white in color. The short which is below, is red in color. So the white represents nectar above, red represents fire below. Okay. So then as you keep reciting the mantra Om Ahum, then just like when you cook the food keeps sizzling like that. So your whole body is being cooked, is sizzling from the letter Om Ahum, or the power of the mantra Om Ahum. So what the Atum, the short A, is burning your corpse, right? At the same time, by the power of the three mantra Om Ahum, okay. So important here, the Om actually purifies all the negativity in your whole body. Everything impure, anything negative, anything impure, anything bad, any negativity is purified by Om, the three mantra Om Ahum, right? The Om. The A transforms it into the desirable. Sorry, Om purify. A multiply. Make it infinite. Make it so. Multiply does not mean it's way too many, overflowing. It means, sometimes, like we talk about in our short old story, there is like magic pond, magic lake. So no matter how many times you take out from the pond, it never ends, right? So multiply does not mean it's 10,000, 20,000 like that. Multiply means no matter how many times you take out from the skull, it never finishes. That's the meaning of multiply here. So Om purify, A multiplies, and Hum transforms it into anything that is desirable, anything you want. You want money, it transforms into money. You want long life, it transforms long life. You want wisdom, it transforms into wisdom, etc. like that. So Om purify, A to multiply, Hum to transform into anything that you desire. Om Ahum. Okay. So then, as your body keeps boiling like that, the steam from the body touches the letter Hum on the above, right? On top of the skull cup. Remember, we have the white hung above. So that white hung above represents the pure nectar. So just like when the heat touches the something like the butter melts. Similarly, the letter hung, white hung above the skull cup start to melt down as the body keeps boiling with the power of the short A and with the mantra Om Ahum. It keeps boiling and boiling. All the impurities getting out, keeps multiplying, keeps transforming to all the desirable things. So at the same time, the letter Hum starts to melt, like a butter starts to melt. It drips like 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, like it starts to melt to the pot, to the skull cup, which is filled with your old body. And now your old body, all the impurities are gone, and the nectar above the skull cup also melts into that uh, that liquid, that nectar, the liquid which is boiling in the skull cup. So they become inseparable, one. They become one. The nectar above and the ingredients that you are boiling, basically your old corpse, they become one. They become pure. They become transformative. They become healing. They become multiplied. They become nectar. So now your old body, the corpse, has now turned into this form of pure nectar, pure magical nectar. So it's pure now. It's multiplying, meaning it's never ending, infinite. Uh, then Then also it has the transformative power, magical power of turning into anything that you desire. So basically, this becomes the best form of offering. So this infinite amount of Tsok offering is now ready to be served. So this this presentation of offering. So to whom we offer that? So there are four types of guests, four guests that we honor or we offer that to. So these four types of guests are the triple gem, the three jewels, the Dharma projectors, the sentient beings, and then the spirit realm. So the triple gem, so we call them the four guests. So whenever we make offering in the, usually when we do the different type of pujas, a lot of time we make offering to the four types of guests. Okay? So the first one is the triple gem. So this one we call them the triple gem. Offering to the triple gem is known as the guest of respect, or in other words, the guest of honor. The guest of honor is the triple gem, Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and the bodhisattvas and the deities like that.
Yeah.
Your guru, including your guru. Yeah.
Yeah.
The second one is the Dhamma protectors. So we call them the Dhamma protectors. They are the guests, how you say that? Guest of merit, you may say. Okay. So in Tibetan we say the guest are based on their qualities. So based on their dedication and their contribution, these Dharma protectors were honored. So Dharma protectors protect the Dharma. That's their duty, because they fulfill their duty to protect the Dharma, to protect the Dharma practitioner, etc., etc. So they were made the offering. So most of the time, not always, but most of the time when we say Dharma, here when we say offering to the Dharma protector, a lot of time we mean like low-level Dharma protectors, because the high-level Dharma protectors like Mahakala, we offer them because Mahakala is part of the triple gem. Right? But then low-level Dharma protector, there are many worldly Dharma protectors like the Naga kings, and then the sun god, the moon god, like the gods of the 10th direction, your local deity, etc. So these are in the past they were all doing harmful things. The sun god, this and that, right? The sun god, the moon god, all these things were doing negative things. And then on different occasions, the yogis come and tame them, and then made them pledge that they will no longer harm people. They used to be evil like spirits before, so they were told not to harm people. If you protect the Dharma, if you protect the Dharma practitioner, then the Dharma practitioners will make offerings to you on account of your contribution. So for that reason, the Dharma protectors here usually refer to low-level Dharma protector, not like high-level. Then the third one is the sentient beings of the six realms. So the sentient beings of the six realms, because so the rest of these beings, okay. So the sentient beings of the six realms, because they are wandering, they are lost, they're migrating from one realm to the another realm, to the hungry ghost, to the animal, to the hell, to the god. Like, so they're basically lost and wandering around. So because of that, they are the object of compassion. So they are known as the guest of compassion. So the last one is known as the spirit world, right? So these are normally, we call them the harmful spirit, the evil spirit, okay? The negative forces, like evil forces. So they are known as the guests of debt, like karmic debt, or like debt. We owe them something, because the spirit that try to harm us is they owe us. We owe them something, and because we haven't been able to repay them, and they have some magical power, so they try to harm us to take back what we owe them. So they are known as the guests of death, the Dharma protectors, the guest of contribution, or the guest of allegiance, because they placed allegiance to the guru, to the yogis, that they will protect the Dharma. So because they are protecting the Dharma, we make offering to them. We owe that to them. That's why guest of allegiance or guest of contribution, because we can call them that. Six sentient beings from the sixth realm, guest of compassion. The harmful spirit, the guest of death, karmic death. Yeah. So I just simplified because that way it's easier for you to grasp the idea. Because if I read the book, then it's just kind of distorted here and there. So basically, who you make the offering of your the nectar offering, it's to starting with your guru, to the triple gem, to the Dharma protectors, to the sentient beings, and to the harmful spirit. That's what you offer your body to. So when the Buddha, Dharma, the triple gem, the Buddha, not the triple gem, sorry, the Buddha, the Guru, the Buddha, the Dharma, the deity, the Yidams, when they take the offerings from us. So this is something maybe unfamiliar, something new. Okay, so when we make the offering to the triple gem, when we make offering to the enlightened beings, when we make the offering to the enlightened beings, the way they take the offerings, okay, is they take it through something called the Vajra hollowed tongue. So hollow means hollow, like hole, like a hollow hole. So tongue. So the tongue of the enlightened beings, it's called the Vajra hollow tongue. So hollow, it's like a straw when we drink the juice or milkshake, whatever. So their tongue is hollowed, and then it can extend to any length. And that hollowed tongue does not necessarily drink the physical offering. When you make the offering of like fruit, or when you make the offering of liquid, the water, whatever, the water still remains there. But the essence of the water, essence of the fruit, whatever food you're offering, the essence is being taken by the enlightened beings to what is known as the Vajra hollowed tongue. Okay, anyway, so I think the time is running, we're running short of time. So I will stop here for now, because these are different type of offerings. So we offer to the above, the enlightened beings. That's known as the white feast for the guests above. Then we offer to the hungry, the spirit world, and the sixth realm. That's known as the offering for the guests below, white offering. White offering for the guest above, and white offering for the guests below. And then we have something called the variable offerings, which means mixture of white and red, etc. So we will leave this for next week. Stop here for today. So let's just stop here. I just want to make you familiar with the Vajra tongue. That's just for now. And then, because I don't, it will take a lot of time, because each of those four guests, how they consume the offering is different. So if I go into more detail, it's going to be very time consuming and very tiring for all of us. So I will stop here for now. I think the more important thing is to conclude. I must say this. So when you make the offering to the four types of guests. So when you make offering to for example, to the triple gem, or to the enlightened guests, the honored guests, like the Buddha, the deity, like that. Then what happens is you're making this offering. When you make this offering, this offering, the hum turns it into whatever is desirable. Remember? So let's say you receive the Chenresic, let's say initiation or something. You have some commitment, samaya to keep. You broke the samaya or something like that. So when you make the Kusali offering like this, then the broken samaya between you and Teresik is now fixed. You have a broken relationship with your guru, that is fixed. Okay, when you make this offering. So similarly with the six ram, sentient beings with the 6 ram, whatever you have negative thought, like sometimes you say, okay, I hate humanity, I hate, you say, I hate, these kind of people, I hate Indians, I hate Tibetans, whatever you say that. So you have bad relationship, bad connection, karmic connection with these people. That is now fixed when you make this offering to the six of sentient beings of the 6th realm. Similar with when you make the offerings to the harmful spirits, whatever karmic debt you have with them is fixed. So this is how we conclude today.
Yeah.
The offering makes them delighted, makes them happy, and then whatever is wronged is now fixed. Yeah. So I can take 1 or 2 questions. 2 questions then, if there is.
Yeah.
If no, then that's okay.
Rinpoche La, might be because of the teaching today is very vast and very new.
I know.
No questions so far. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So this will be posted on Facebook later, so you can rewatch it and then go through it again. And then also in our group, our messenger group, you can ask more questions if you have later. If you have questions, you can ask in the Facebook later. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we will conclude here for today.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Rinpoche La.
Yeah. Thank you. Now the dedication, please. Oh.
Thank you, Rinpoche La.
Thank you very much, Rinpoche La. Thank you very much, Rinpoche La.
Thank you, Rinpoche La.
Cảm ơn thầy, cảm ơn tất cả quý vị đạo hữu xin
Cảm ơn
quỳ
tất
cũng
cả
như
các
tất cả quý vị đạo
Thank
hữu
you,
ạ.
Rinpoche La. Cảm ơn đạo nhạc.
Tri ân thầy, cảm ơn Đức.
Thank you, everyone. Thank
Cảm
you.
ơn chị Oanh, cảm ơn tất cả các đạo hữu
Chào
ạ.
chào chào rồi.
Have a great weekend.